Hey everyone, Sir Jellybean here. We are back with Cut Arms Gates for Ostfront, and we are here going to show a tutorial of the new suppression mechanic. Now, Mr. Puggo Reborn, if you go to his channel, we did explore this a bit, and we obviously went through it. He's done some amazing videos, so get there and check him out. But I thought I'd do a little bit more research on it because me and Puggo's thought the mechanic's a bit poor. So basically, the new suppression mechanic is under the attack options, as you can see here, and it unleashes an intense firepower at the overall vicinity of designated target. Now, we didn't seem to get it to work very well, which meant all it did is it fired a very large amount of ammunition at basically an attack ground option and ignored all the other stuff around it. So hopefully in this video, I'm going to be able to show you basically the suppression mechanic against the AI and see if it actually works. Because basically, if you, for instance, click this target here, let's just demonstrate over here to the right, and we start firing. But what happens is, we found, they ignore everything around it. They basically just attack ground as zone. It doesn't mean they, for instance, I thought it'd be more of a mechanic where you went, for instance, this tree to this tree, and you designate an area, and they would prioritize AI in that area over other areas. So look, we've got enemy contact here, right at the front of us. So if I put a suppression to the left of it, as you can see, right, they're firing, and they're completely ignoring this guy here. Completely, right? So let's move forward again. Let's get into contact with him. We're now firing at him again. Now if I put suppression fire here, just there, not too far from him, completely ignore him. If I put it there, right there, or even closer, let's put the suppression fire there. It does seem, well, they are suppressing a little bit, but it doesn't really do much, I guess. So we'll have to, I'm going to explore it further in this video. So we're getting contacted now by maxing. Let's put suppression fire there, just to the right. And they are firing around him, kind of trying to suppress, but it doesn't really, it's not as good as, for instance, if I just attack the target, and I'll attack the target anyway. But actually moving and engage. So to me, I don't know, all it seems to do is, oh, not much. It just seems to be, they stay at range and they suppress a very small area, and I don't know, it doesn't seem to be beneficial. I don't know, maybe I'm going to try, let's try a bit more and see if we can get it to work, but I can't see how it's effective. And this small video is just to try and see if we can kind of get it to work effectively. Because if I can't get it to work effectively and just a mess around skirmish, it's not going to be useful in Conquest, it's not going to be useful. So look, there's pressing that target there. If I put suppression mechanic just there, just to the side of it, they do seem to engage it, but then all they do is they continuously fire it on nothing. Which, to me, is not great. Like, it doesn't. If I put suppression mechanic here, over here, they're now ignoring these troops completely, which seems very hard. The mechanic seems like you need so much micro. It's far better to, for instance, use your time using grenades, or even direct controlling soldiers to, you know, for instance, I can do a lot more damage direct controlling the soldier. You know, taking advantage of his weapons again, we'll see. Oh, I say accuracy, I haven't got that much accuracy. But as you can see, that seems a lot more better micro-intensive wise than using the suppression mechanic. The only kind of situation I can see it being useful is maybe if we buy an MG. That's we can afford one. Where's the MG gone? Oh, Lafayette. And let's get an MG, and maybe, for instance, MGs with belts, you press suppression, it just continuously fires at target. But maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know all, really. It's yeah, it just doesn't seem to work that well. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame because I was not having to go to Barbari Studios or anything. It just how they said it didn't seem to represent what it is in game. Maybe it's just like a simple thing they've done, but with the content update 5 being a pretty big update, I thought this mechanic would be better. Like, to me, if you could designate like a 90-degree angle at least, or a 90-degree zone, or 45, and say prioritize targets in this zone. So, for instance, this tree to this tree, let's say in between there. And let's say you set up the MG, and they fire everything coming in that zone, but when nothing's in that zone, they switch to the targets. But as soon as, for instance, there's an infantry in that zone and an infantry not in the zone, they'll prioritize the zone. That would make a lot of sense. This just seems very poor. We also tried it on Puggo's channel, if you look. We had an AT gun ground firing, or suppressing fire, right near 2 tanks. It wouldn't shoot at the tanks. It would just fire the round continuously like an attack round. So if you put an AT weapon on maybe suppression fire or something, thinking, oh, I can use it to specifically target a choke point or a weak point in the line, no. which means your AT guns still, even if they're armor piercing, ammo locked, return to the whatever vehicle they spot first. So, can't really see this mechanic being useful. Not at all, but to me, not at all useful for me personally. But obviously, maybe some PvP players can enlighten me. Maybe some of you who, no, maybe Barbara Studios themselves show me what to do. But if it is something very niche, I guess the actual tutorial from those guys would be useful, because me and Puggo couldn't work it out. Puggo's a fantastic Ostfront player as well. Like, if that guy doesn't know how to work it out, I've got very little chance. Oh, so let's put Suppression Fire. So, put Suppression Fire there. Or Fire there. Is he? Oh, I think he's shooting on that side. Well, I'll put Suppression Fire there. Will he? Oh, is he out of range there? Sorry. So let's put Suppression Fire maybe just here. See, let's cancel that order a second. Let's wait till these guys get close and see if we can. Maybe if we can do it like that, Suppressing. Oh, it's out of range. Suppressing Fire there. Oh, where is it in range? There, right. Suppressing Fire there. So, like, maybe you could use it like that, like you know when the infantry's coming, but does it actually specifically target him? It's reloading at the moment. Alright, so here's a good option. Let's spin this sideways. Spin, quick. So these guys are obviously trying to push through. Maybe if we put like Suppressing Fire here, so specifically targeting. The only thing I can see useful there, like for instance the MG is continuously firing because it's got belt. He is kind of engaging the guy, but more just shooting at the thing. But it's got and he keeps firing, which is kind of useful. So maybe with MGs and stuff like that, if you need him to just concentrate on the air for 60 seconds and maybe keep the AI head down. But like I say, to me it seems quite micro intensive. I'm just going to pause it in a sec because the noise is doing my head in. It just seems quite micro intensive. But I can maybe see a niche use to it, maybe not. But I guess, yeah, you know, test it for yourself, see if you enjoy it. But I don't think it adds much to the game. I don't think it adds much to Conquest especially. Maybe if they flesh it out more, hopefully Barbara Studios do what I say, or what I suggest. Do the angle thing where you can literally draw, for instance, rock to tree, and say, prioritise that area, but or even if you could say, don't look at that area for AT guns, so you could have AT guns or something, and say, right, you're only going to shoot in that zone, but you're not going to shoot to the right, I've got that covered. Something like that would be far better. Also, if you could maybe do suppression of individual weapons, so for instance, imagine a Sherman with a 50 caliber. As you're advancing forward, you tell the 50 calibers to just suppress a tree line. That seems useful, whereas right now, it just involves every weapon they have, I imagine. So if you flesh it out more, it could be very useful. And that's about it, really. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Just something I thought I'd come up with, because it seems like, obviously, Content Update 5 has just dropped. This mechanic's not really understood, even by me. And if we can get some discussion going, Barbara Studios might take a notice, and maybe we can get this to something a lot better and more useful to the community. Anyway, thanks so much, everyone. You guys have a fantastic evening.